We talk about the great divide between marital partners. And I'll tell you what causes that. After a while, if you look at the story we planted in the website this morning, this guy tells a very sad story about his marriage. About how after a while, there was just distance between the two. He says, I woke up one day and I realized that my wife she would never even let me touch it. And he said, within me grew resentment. And I resolved that since she was not going to let me touch it, I'll touch my laptop. So I came home every day and I just worked. Like I went home to work. He said, but something interesting happened. Just in that time, a lady in the office called Stephanie began to show great appreciation. And then Stephanie started paying me the kind of attention my wife did not. And let me stop here and interrupt my own story and say to you, this morning, we're not talking about hell. We're talking about marriage. When you're born again, time talking prophesying husband cheats on you, or you're born again prophesying wife cheats on you, fine, they shall go to hell. But we're not talking about hell. We're talking about a fulfilling marriage. One thing I've realized is, and that's why a lot of Christians go wrong, we begin to relate to people on the basis of their freedoms and restrictions. Now, let me explain myself. You begin to say, I'm not the kind of husband I should be. God does not allow my wife to leave me, man. He's saying, I'm not the kind of wife I should be. He should not cheat, he's a Christian. But those areas of human existence are matters between them and God. Whether they cheat or not is unto God. You are foolish to neglect your marriage because in your mind your husband is not allowed to cheat. That's dumb. You are foolish to neglect your marriage because a Christian woman is not supposed to do those. What sobers me is the realization that people far stronger and wiser than I am have fallen. The Bible clearly says in the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 10, verse 12, it says, let him who thinks he stands take heed lest he falls. Don't be so strong in your own mind. Listen, I was talking to one Christian guy, a Christian for that matter. He says to me, Shimmy, in all my life, I had heard of Christians divorcing, going to separation. In all my life, I never thought it would happen to me until the morning after my wife left. And I said, is this really? It was so unreal. I had to teach myself all the time. Do you know why? Because there are times we are so negligent that we think, this will never happen to me. This will never happen to me. And that's what is called complacency, where when you are so self-confident and so self-satisfied that you think there can be nothing more to it. And you need to watch out in a relationship that you don't become negligent. Every relationship demands work. Every relationship demands work. Whether it's the relationship between yourself and your father, your mother, your brother, more so your wife or husband, you need to keep working at it. You need to keep working at it. Are you a child of God? I was reading this article, I was doing some research, and I was reading this phenomenon between married men and single women, why the married men and the single women are attracted to each other. And one of the major problems with marriage is the middle-aged wife. The middle-aged wife is negligent. She stopped taking care of her body. She started taking care of her. And when they interviewed most of these ladies, the ladies were feeling right. But I take care of your children. So this is reward time. You're not going to have a successful marriage thinking that way. Because men, to the last, before Bandaba Shrafe, they still want adventure. Nanga to want to make a value. Where I was called Ratan. In the sugar, they married different. Nakati, Nasar Valevana. Baraba Fachel, the Felarana, Hachimoko. Good Muziba and Bile. You know, said the previous. Tell a good fellow to divide. I never did divide. Munna is an adventurous beast until he dies. Are you with me, Chadoko? Lota and let me tell you, if your husband is playing brave, he's a liar. Men thrive on attention. And the hunger. We shall be the casting like him, Sado move, fit out. Please understand our own. Because that's it. Because when men are in a tight corner emotional, they don't care who comes their way. Hello? Are you still out there? The same thing with women. What was nega? What the rock? These action heroes. They attract young girls. Women want romantic guys. Sensitive men. About Ska keep a mongholo or another demand because the man is understand again. Are you still out there? Women don't want men who smell like their fathers. They want men who smell like flowers. Okay? And men who take care of them. And men is able to make them feel good about themselves. And the great divide comes when we begin to neglect our domestic responsibilities. And what is ironic is the same men and the same women
just to get each other.
And it's about boring. Barata little fit about a it's what I know more for it. Out of the show. Come out on take it. Hello? Those are getting there. Because Banaba Huti and Banaba so much attention I want to now. Instead of them focus on each other, no, but divert attention to tool. Umwana Jaloko Mon on the stool. Limusadu Umwana Ferrocomoff. I still out there. And don't live like a fool. Relationships need work. And if there's one place where this saying does not work, they say that you can't teach old dogs new tricks. That saying does not work in marriage. For marriage to work, old dogs must die learning new tricks. And so don't tumble under their old dog must learn to break through their reasoning and roll again in the grass. Because of neglecting things that you should be paying attention to. Can all the married people say amen? Sharp. Especially when Tata Baba Limpopo. What's the matter about Munzu? Because I can't day with some study. Baba ko Natal bang mo because Natal na liwa siya. No. Every time they are in, strike it off as a holiday. Labor Relations Act is a family responsibility. I have it holiday. Get compassionate leave. Only I know the out. But the out of the dilemma 485, what shall be Samahari 4, Tom Stone 83. What's wrong with Peter? Scania Limpopo. Eben. ku landza lelolo la kona wena u ri check yele wati ne le holi yawo